Loud, please.
Super Smash Brother! from the boys. Here we go, everybody. Muscle Geeks Podcast coming to you in 3, 2, 1.
Could talk to the mic, talk into the microphone.
Let's
Try it again. Hold on.
I was waiting for you to trash me again, dude. That's what I was waiting for. I can't win with you.
Do you want me to insult you?
Just
Come
fuck
on
you.
back.
All right.
Ready in 3, 2.
What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 3 of the Muscle Geeks. I'm your host, John. To the right of me is Steve. What's up, Steve?
What's up, guys? How we doing?
To the left
I fucking hate you.
is Derek. What's up, Derek?
What's up, nerds?
Hey, everyone. Derek got a haircut today. He looks very handsome.
Handsome
Oh,
boy.
thanks.
Very
Oh,
handsome.
my God.
All right, so we got a lot of things to cover today, so we'll get right into it. Let's do a little quick breakdown of everything we're doing first, though. Today we're going to cover the Superman trailer. We're going to cover, help me out here, Ironheart. We're also going to talk about the Final Destination Bloodline. We're going to talk about Last of Us Episode 6, Season 2. We're going to do a top 5 countdown. We're really going to start doing these top 5 countdowns of the best animated series theme songs from any time, your childhood, whenever. And then whatever else we're talking about. Mission Impossible. We're going to see that next weekend, but we'll talk about it at the end of the show. Let's get right into the list, boys. Right into the list. We'll go right into the animated series. While we're pulling up the list, if you guys don't mind, to be so kind as to like this video, follow us on our social media platforms, and be our best friends. We would appreciate that. All right, so listen, Steve, we'll start with you. Number 1 pick, animated series.
I was gonna go 5 to 1.
You can say whatever one you want, dude.
So I'm gonna go from 5 to 1.
Yeah, okay.
Coming in at number 5 for me. You ready for this, dude? Short stint, but still a heater.
Okay.
Street Sharks.
Oh, nice.
Sexy saxophone in there, dude. A little saxophone solo.
Can you? So we can't play it on here, right? But like, can you sing it a little bit?
I just.
Sing it.
I don't. It was so short. I just remember.
Street Stars, Steve.
Yeah.
Street Stars.
I know they bite.
Okay.
Half human, half shark. Or
You put something on the list that you don't even know how to recall it. Would you pull this
I don't
up?
even. Nah, I don't
a-
even want to try.
what a
It was a
fucking
short
guy.
stint, but I just remember it had a nice saxophone.
Yeah. All right.
Solo on it.
Saxophone. Derek, who do you got?
Dude, Street Sharks was like circling my list for sure. That's a good one, dude.
Oh, hey, I see what you did there, dude.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
All right. I went to college.
Dork.
Man. I'm going to go with DuckTales.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, exactly. DuckTales. Woohoo. Dude.
Yeah, you can't go
put,
bad with
Put
that.
you in such a good
Which
mood.
one's that for you? Where are you starting with your list?
I'm just kind of naming them off because I don't know if we're allowed to like take other people's picks after they've said them or not. But DuckTales is probably like top 3 all time for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, across the board. Like it's just so fun.
It was a great show, too.
Yeah.
And they did crossovers, too, with, who was the superhero
Yeah,
duck?
Darkwing Duck.
Yeah, Darkwing Duck.
And then they had the cyborg duck.
Yeah, I forget his name. Gizmo. Terry over here.
Yeah, and Terry. I didn't introduce Terry. I'm sorry. Terry's in the back.
Man in the chair.
All right, so I did have DuckTales, but I can think of another one. But I'm just going to go real simple, real easy. The Flintstones.
Jesus.
Yabba
Wait.
dabba do.
What number? Or are you just saying?
I'm just throwing them out there. I didn't know we were like ranking them, but
Oh,
just our top 5.
okay.
In, you know,
That's a great one.
Flintstones.
Yabba dabba do. Steve, who do you got next?
Here comes the YouTube censors. Hell no.
Who do you got?
That's what
Steve?
she said.
So my
Nailed it.
4,
Yeah.
Rugrats.
Okay. Did you actually watch these shows growing up, or you looked them up on Screen Rant or something?
I watched Rugrats, dude.
All right. Okay.
You think I just Googled?
Yeah.
You'll never know.
It's super basic, like, song.
It was just catchy. It's 4. It's bottom 4. Yeah,
Dude, this has got.
dude. Yeah.
This just flows. It's so good.
It's all right.
Dude, the instrumental, you don't even need the words.
Right?
It's all right.
We are
a
definitely playing
xylophone?
5-second
All right,
rule.
Flintstones. Flintstones. dude.
Flintstones
Get
is
the
iconic. Tell me you can't sing it right now.
Yeah. Okay, tell me you can't sing that.
I could recall the Flintstones more than I could recall this, faster than I could recall this.
Dude, Flintstones.
Yeah, I'm clearly winning.
Not even a tier.
Derek, what do you
Not
got?
even top 3.
Jeez. There's so many good ones. I'm going to go like way out of left field here. And I'm going to say Mega Man.
Okay.
The Mega Man cartoon was kind of weird. Not like the best thing. It was short-lived. But the theme song was awesome. It's just about robots and fighting and stuff. And like to my little 6-year-old mind, that was everything. It's perfect.
What is I never heard it.
Never.
There you go.
I started playing the game. It was so hard. I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, they're classically they're pretty hard. But they're so fun.
All right.
I was also addicted to those games when I was a little kid.
I
so,
hated
like,
those games.
Really?
Especially the one on the Game Boy. I liked to play it, but I was just
sorry,
always
what was
mad
that?
because you couldn't save it.
What was that?
Mega Man, I loved the games. I used to play them on Super Nintendo all the time. So it was like, you know, exactly, they knew what they were doing. But this came out when I was like that perfect age. So I'm like, this is the best.
All right.
There's probably better songs, but this one list sticks with me.
Okay. I will go with number 4, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh, hell yeah.
You did it on
I
purpose.
mean, that was showing up.
Well, of course, yeah. That's what do you mean it did it on purpose?
No, all right, dude.
Is that your number
Go
1?
from Flintstones to that. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, they're iconic.
Okay, John.
Terry, you got one?
I do. But I just played the Turtles theme. So. Yeah, do you guys
Dude, well,
remember a show called The Angry Beavers?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so I was a diehard,
that
like,
was in there.
Nicktoons Cartoon Network, and Angry Beavers was a great kind of funky intro. Now, what's interesting about this is I recently found a ska cover of the Angry
Let's
Beavers
go.
theme song.
You've been on a ska thing the past week.
Yeah, I've been texting her.
Terry just randomly out of nowhere has been texting me about ska music. He's pretty excited.
But yes, the Angry Beavers theme. We'll see if we can get a little bit.
That was
Angry
teetering.
Beavers.
I was torn between that.
Yeah.
That's where Rugrats came in.
Right on.
Angry Beavers?
Angry. There was a 3.
Nickelodeon had a lot of bangers for cartoon songs.
I was torn between. I'll get into it.
I just want to two-step to this right now.
Sounds like a game show. I've never heard of the show.
Really?
Should be our theme.
Dude, yeah.
Right?
So good.
And now for the ska version. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. We can't hear Terry.
Steve, what do you got?
Well, since you took Turtles, I'll pivot.
Yeah, my list is better.
Cat Dog.
Never heard of that.
Cat Dog.
Cat Dog.
You never heard of Cat Dog?
No.
That's on you, man. That was a great one.
What kind of childhood did you?
A great one.
Yeah, okay.
Teenage Mutant
I
Ninja
forgot.
Turtles.
Flintstones, under rocks,
Flintstones.
dude. You just live under fucking rocks. Superman and Flintstones, you lame. Fucking lame.
Cat Dog and Rugrats.
Peter!
One fine day with a woof and a purr, a baby was born and it caused a little stir. No blue butted, no three-eyed frog, with a feline, canine, little cat dog. Cat dog, cat dog, alone in the world with a little cat
You should be
dog.
ashamed of yourself.
Yeah, all right. Yabba dabba
Back in
doo.
town.
I'm going to come to Steve's rescue and say, shut up, John. That's
Yeah.
a great song.
Yeah,
All right, next one.
go sit in the corner.
Sit in the corner.
Joe Mazzy, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Cat Dog was that shit.
Hell yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Joe Mozzie also said something else. What did Joe? What did you say?
Can't hear Terry?
No. What else?
Lucy.
I like that it's Terry with an I.
Unleash Steve tonight. Let him loose. Joe, you got it. My sister Neat My 5, no particular order: DuckTales, Gummy Bears, Mickey Mouse Club, Animaniacs, Bubbly Guppies.
I
Bubbly
had gummy
guppies.
bears
I
on
think that
mine, too.
I think
Oh,
Bubbly
man.
Guppies describes John's childhood perfectly. I appreciate
Oh.
it. So, yeah. Too busy watching.
Suggestive, yet makes me
Bubbly
wonder.
Bubbly.
What, yes, what is that?
Yeah, and I'm the fucking weirdo.
Cat Dog, Johnny
Bravo.
Electric.
To the monkey.
Johnny Bravo had a theme song?
Yeah, remember they did the monkey?
Derek, who you got next?
I gotta go with Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, now which one? Because there's a couple.
There's a million things, but I figured we were thinking childhood, so I'm going like original Dragon Ball Z, Rock the Dragon.
Is that where they're like dragon?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if I can play that one.
Yeah, they're really strict on their stuff.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
I mean, oh,
Derek, can you sing it?
what's that?
Can you sing it?
Dragon, Rock the Dragon, Dragon Ball Z.
That's good. I think Dragon Ball Z is a super underrated show.
Oh man,
I don't think
I
a
love
lot
it
of
so
people give
much.
as much love as it should. I mean, it has a lot of love, but like you've never seen it, right?
Yeah, I mean, no.
Someone wrote Steve is small in the chat. Steve, what do you think about that?
Who was that? Oh, dude, that fat
You could say it.
piece of shit, Zach. He's
Say it
at
in the microphone.
That fat piece of shit, Zach. You won't.
Nice.
You, 5 minutes into the show, you got me sweating, bud. You got me sweating.
Justin Mills, that is a amazing question. We should do a whole episode on that.
Listen, bud, how long do you got? I'll go into Dragon Ball Z till the cows come home.
I'll go in this.
Isn't there like a million?
There's
It's
so
never
much.
ending, right?
Yeah, it's still going.
That's like too much.
Yeah, and I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
All right, on my path
Vegeta.
to make a better list than Steve, I'm going to say Spider-Man, the animated series from the 90s.
Yeah, that was on my
Absolute
list, you turd. That's a good
banger.
one. Yeah.
Terry, can you play that one?
I'm going to trust.
Fucking Cat Dog over here can hear a real theme song.
Dude, I got you beat. I'm not worried about it.
Stretch.
You think what? Spider-Man's gonna like?
You're talking like Spider-Man in 93?
Yeah. Radioactive Spider-Man. Joe Mozzie, Hey Arnold. My list is fucking.
Dude, not a shot. That's the game of the year. But your Guppy Boys, that's
I don't have any. I didn't do Gummy Bears. You did Cat Dog. Something I've never even heard of.
I mean, Derek, are you impressed?
It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
I respect the Flintstones thing because, like, that's one of the OG cartoons everyone knows, but could do better.
Steve, what do you got?
Coming in number 2, Batman the Animated Series. That's a heater.
We are
Shocker.
not playing that.
No.
No.
Yeah, we played that last week. We got in trouble. That's why episode 2 is not up. But we'll move on. We'll move on from it. I agree. Derek, what do you got?
X-Men,
Animated series?
of course.
Probably the best theme song.
It's got to be on everyone's list. Like, it's just the best
That's
one.
tier 1.
When they hit that bell in the middle of the theme song, it makes me want to run
even
through
like
a wall.
The revised,
Ready to
the
go.
updated one from X-Men 97.
They got rid of the bell. Barely
Still, this thing,
Like,
I would
Disney
run-
needs to hear the bells.
I would run through a wall.
Right? Look at this. You know you're getting some quality Saturday morning cartoons as soon as you see
It was
this.
so good.
It's about to go down.
It's happening.
It's
Hell yeah.
about to get real.
It was so adult for being like a kid's show, too.
Wolverine's healing factor in this show was trash, by the way.
Yeah.
I hated it. All right. I will say my next one is Doug.
Nice.
Now going to
All right.
Nickelodeon. Definitely Doug. Roll that up. Chris Paluzzi says Batman animated for sure.
Someone said South Park. That's a great
Said
one.
South Park.
That's a good one.
Little Primus for South Park. That was awesome.
Coincidentally, Doug and myself have the same amount of hair on our heads.
You guys actually resemble him. It's like a 15-year-old guy.
Has your body.
And then what? That guy
has
picks
your
on you,
body.
right? So that probably resembles. You probably had a cat too.
He's got a Pomodoro.
Shout out Pork Chop.
Ian Clark.
Great dog.
I'm gonna pull it, but isn't it interesting that all of Doug's friends and enemies have appropriate little themes within the theme?
Yeah.
Patty
Yep.
is fluttery, and then Rogers is an electric guitar. It's interesting. They were doing some thinking.
Yeah.
Jim Jenkins.
Oh, I think jingles back in that time were like making a lot of money for people. Like you could do well if you came up with a little commercial or cartoon theme song.
P Watts 04 said or Power Rangers. So tonight's was animated, but special consideration for Power Rangers.
I mean,
and Pat,
hell yeah, Power Rangers. But
don't be on this for too long because you'll probably get in trouble. I asked him to come on, and he just had a baby, and he said his wife would kill him. I said, you got to think about your priorities.
bring the child. It must learn.
Let the boy walk.
Shout out to Paloozie. Zach just wrote Final Destination was great. Zach, we're going to get into that. We got to warm this baby up. Steve, who do you got?
Well, X-Men is my one, right?
Yeah.
Tier 1, but
Yeah.
Rocco's Modern Life.
Hell yeah.
Dude, what did you just do? Like, did your parents just sit you in front of, like, Nickelodeon?
No, I don't know. I was-
You named everything Nickelodeon. You had no...
Oh, I fucked with Nickelodeon back in the 90s, dude. Who didn't? I didn't
Everyone
want to go
else.
Disney because like you were a little bit older with Disney. They didn't have any animated shit really. It was all more like
Angie Dorretto, I agree with you, Zach. About Steve being small. It's truth. I cannot bring the child.
I understand. Congratulations, dude.
yeah. Congrats, brother.
Let him learn. As I
Side
learned from
note.
my father, he learned from his father.
Side note, thank
Feel
you
it
very
deep
much
in
for
my
watching
plums.
on Twitch.
Yeah.
So it looks like Joe's on YouTube.
All right. Cross chat.
Well, thanks for watching the Twitch stream. We're trying to grow.
Hell yeah.
He will only be allowed to watch 90 cartoons. That's a good parent right there.
Definitely.
That's a good parent.
You know, there's
You just
studies
like
on that
shit on
too.
me for watching it, dude. I just named heaters. And you're
No,
like, oh,
I
dude,
shit on you for you were like Nickelodeon for everything. Every
Disney
single
wasn't
thing.
big like that. I can't even name.
Why
one
was it Disney or why does it
animated series.
Disney or you didn't do like Nick or Fox Kids or something like that? Remember?
I mean, I did with like, X-Men and stuff, but I don't know. Nickelodeon just had heaters, bro. Especially early morning.
yeah, I don't know, dude.
The only time I really would lock in is like
Right.
that Monday through Friday when
This is worse than your fantasy.
I'm waiting for
football
the
drafts.
bus.
Horrible list. Derek, who do you got?
This is tough because we're like robbing each other of some good picks right now. I gotta think. I should have written down some
Derek, you're sitting on
bonus ones.
You're sitting on one.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, there's so many.
Just do it.
Do
You
I?
gotta pick it.
No, I think I'm gonna go a different direction.
Okay.
I'm going biker mice from Mars.
Oh.
Biker Mice.
Listen, in the
That's an interesting choice.
in the early 90s, all these cartoon companies did was create like they tried to recreate Ninja Turtles every way possible.
Oh,
Street
for sure.
Sharks, Biker Mice from Mars, all that stuff. Digimon was okay. Justin Mills, Digimon was okay.
Digimon.
It was.
Didn't stand a
Digital
It was
champion.
okay.
What?
It was great.
Dude, is Pokemon or boss, dude? Are you joking?
Hey boys, Ray's wife here. Changed my name for
Get
you.
out.
Final Destination was great. Angie's trolling the trolls.
I knew what I wanted to be when I grew up when I watched this.
I respect that.
that guy?
Yeah.
Is that who you wanted to
Yes.
be?
Rich and huge.
All right, what was that? 5?
Well, yeah, you're.
I believe so.
Yeah,
So this will be my last one.
yeah.
All right, so
Let's go guppy uppy gummy bears.
I was gonna say Justice League.
Justice League. Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say
I
that,
forgot about that. Shoot. that's a good one.
but special consideration goes out to this show that I used to watch called Zone Riders. This team of military people used to go into this zone of Earth that if you stayed in there without a mask, you get sick.
Is this it?
That's it.
Spirals?
It was
Zone?
the hardest theme song.
I've never heard of this one.
All right, let's do it as a team.
I'm starting to think of like a dozen more in my head right now that I can
Yeah.
say as we're going through this, though. There's so many good ones. Ghostbusters, Gargoyles.
or pay the consequences.
This is heat. Now wait.
Dude, it
there's-
sounds like a South Park version of a montage song. Like they're making fun of themselves. Oh, yeah.
Check this out. Look at this sick kid.
That kid is going through it, dude. That kid's got hepatitis.
Jamazi said Pinky in the Brain. You're right, dude.
Pinky in the Brain was great. Freakazoid, that whole like WB thing, Animaniacs. Oh,
All right, so that's the list.
Oh, I got one.
Terry, you got some?
Tiny Terry,
I
let's
do.
go.
Tiny Terry, step it in.
All right.
Derek, I think you're going to appreciate this one. And let's see if the other guys know what it is.
I'm excited.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah, dude, nice.
Very, very good.
Nothing goes harder than this.
There were two Sonics going at the same time.
Yeah, because there was what was the other Sonic?
This was the CBS one, if I'm correct.
And wasn't there like Sonic No, Sonic. It was like one with like, music was involved or something. I forget. It's funny. My first comic books I ever had were actually Sonic the Hedgehog comic books. That's what got me started.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah. Remember, it's like what my mom came home with when I was like 5 or 6, and like got me a stack of comics, and a bunch of them were Sonic because I had the Sega game, and they were pretty cool. A good intro.
Chris Paluzzi, Darkwing Duck. Chris, you're absolutely right.
Yep.
Who wrote it above? Justin Mills. Transformers Beast Wars was okay. I actually didn't like Beast Wars, but I
No.
watched the whole thing. I hated the animation.
I never got into Beast Wars either.
Absolutely hated it.
Darkwing Duck was going to go on my list, but I did DuckTales, so I don't want to double down on the Ducks.
Derek, I gotta agree with you. My first comic book was also Sonic the Hedgehog.
Nice.
And my mom got it from Apple Pharmacy, which is a pharmacy near our house. And
Yeah.
it had comics, and Sonic was one of them. And that is how I got into comic books.
That's awesome.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah,
bringing
man.
people to the nerd life.
Dude,
Yeah.
he can really move.
Who wrote was that Justin Mills? Justin, did you watch the Beast Wars where they went back to Cybertron? Did you watch the second one? Let me know. But let's go right on to this. All right, let's go right into the Superman trailer, guys. So, all right, the new Superman trailer just dropped last week. We've got thoughts from the suit to the tone to that first glimpse of Metropolis. Let's break down what's working hard, what's weird, and what got us hyped or nervous. Derek, let's talk to you because we want to talk to you first.
All right. Thanks, man. I'm really excited for, one, how light everything looks. It's bright and colorful.
Amen.
And it feels like Superman. He's supposed to be uplifting and above everything and like hopeful.
Yeah.
And, like, it's just refreshing to see that. Like, I love the color palette for this. I think they are really doing a good job showing us what type of movie it's going to be.
They're marketing the hell out
Yeah.
of this, and it's super effective.
Yeah, I'm excited to see like what badass suit they end the movie with.
They're tracking like 150. Open it domestically, opening week. Steve, you
pretty
got any
awesome.
thoughts?
I mean, I've told you from day one they're going to crush in the box office. I
Yeah.
knew that. But, dude, how did you describe it? It's what?
The colors like palette's like brighter.
Yeah.
It's like it seems like more positive. It's not like Zack Snyder where everything's dark and gritty and like, where's Rachel? Like all the time. Like this is
Save Martha.
yeah, like I don't know. Seems hopeful.
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 Yeah.
I got high hopes.
Yeah.
I'm ready to be heard
Dude,
again.
that in the trailer, the one where he's getting handcuffed and walking out, that's a pure glimpse about what I've been saying to you, John, for the past year. The suit's trash, and he looks like a fucking simp.
Yeah.
He's got no muscle,
Yeah.
and then you're busting my balls the whole year about, dude, it's the suit's comic book accurate, but all of a sudden now they're saying they're changing the suit at the end of the movie.
Yeah, they are. He's
Yeah.
getting a new suit.
Yeah, give him the new suit now.
No,
He looks like a fucking
This is
dickhead.
like a young Superman, so he doesn't have everything all finalized. So he's going to get a new suit at the end.
Oh my god, dude.
Dude's jacked.
He's not jacked. Dude, if you could, I don't know if
You don't think, but you think the movie is going to be bad, or you just don't like Superman?
Well, it started with this, right? And then, like, honestly, like, my passion and hatred for Superman came because of you.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
how,
like this
like,
Yeah.
you are ready to go for Superman.
Yeah.
And then that's just like,
Love it.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is John in disguise.
Yeah. Just wishing you could touch on him, dude. Like, look at that. The dude's got nothing.
Yeah, put John's face on there.
From his haircut to his fucking red shorts. He's a
So
fucking...
just look-
let me tell you
smell
why.
your cake.
Let me tell you why this is going to be an absolute banger. Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay.
Amazon is doing a viewing where like you can go in through a link the week before the movie comes out, and you pay to go see the movie ahead of time.
No.
And there's no you can't talk about it, right? They know that this movie is going to be is good. They wouldn't just have that option available unless they knew, oh shit, people are going to talk about it before it premieres. This thing is going to be an absolute hitter.
Well, shit, dude.
The movie's good.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
The movie. Oh, you didn't?
No.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that changes my... Oh, my God.
No, there's no change in your mind.
No, it's still going to be a bust. It's going
We're
to
all
crush in
getting
the
these
box
suits, right?
office, and it's going to crush opening weekend and everything, but...
You don't get Superman though. You don't understand the character. That's why you think. What do you think? He's like boring? Is that what you think Superman is?
I think boring's a good... Yeah.
Because you don't
Compared to
understand
everyone
him.
else? Okay, sorry. Oh. Please, Sean, enlighten me. Take me on this journey.
Sure.
Break
I'll
down
take
his
you on a
mental form.
goddamn journey.
Yeah,
Put your seatbelt
dude.
on and sit the fuck back.
Gives a
Listen,
shit, dude.
people don't understand.
You tune into Superman to watch action, right? To see him fuck some shit up.
This whole movie is going to be action. There's
Yeah.
27 villains in it. There's
Yeah.
a
I bet you
crazy
his
amount of
dog
villains.
gets more action than him, dude.
His dog whiz fighting. There's a
Yeah,
scene where
that
his dog
fucking
is fighting
dog,
in this.
Dude, that fucking dog. Are you joking?
Are you saying Superman supports dogfighting?
No, his dog is a protector.
Just
He protects the
checking.
house. Zach Hamilton said, "Simple mind, Steve."
Yeah, all right, dude. Yeah, keep commenting, Zach. Keep commenting.
So the why you don't understand
How's that
Superman
peaceful?
is because the guy is the man of tomorrow, right? It's a guy that's like, no matter how many powers he has or how strong he is, it's what he chooses to do with those abilities. He can't be compromised. His character, his moral fiber is his strongest thing. The other thing about people say about Superman is like he's overpowered and all his villains are like weak. He would just one punch everyone. The dude has Doomsday who murdered him, beat him to death. He has a guy that can absorb his powers in Parasite. He's got Bizarro who has the exact same skill set. It's wild to me. The other thing is what? So Lex Luthor is the one between like 1 and 3, and I guess it's 2. Is probably the second smartest guy in the DC universe, right? So you have the guy that's the strongest versus the guy that's the smartest. Yeah. Okay.
For the record, I think we got to fight. I think it's John and I versus Steve and Derek on this one. Because I love Superman.
Yeah. What's not to love?
I get Superman, but at the end of the day, he's still not my favorite. He's afraid of tornadoes. I've said it before. I'll say it again.
It's not afraid of tornadoes.
He's afraid of tornadoes.
Re-release the short.
Helen Hunt is more brave than him. Twisters? Anyone?
Dude, he was in the new Twisters too, by the way. David Coinswet. Terry, do you have any thoughts on the trailer?
Or is that Jodie Foster?
Yeah. I'm
Is it Helen Hunt or Jodie Foster?
a little nervous.
Okay.
I'm a little nervous because of the Lois Lane scene, where
Good point.
I feel like, and I trust James Gunn, I really do, but I feel like they're putting Superman in a position to kind of play a role of, I want to do the right thing, but the right thing is going to cause harm. And to me, that's not what Superman is. Superman does the right thing and always comes out on top. That's his purpose. That's the reason that we have a Superman. So I'm hoping this doesn't turn into well, to lay it out there for everybody, in the trailer, Lois plays devil's advocate, and she kind of says, was it right for you to go into another country and stop a war? And from where Superman sits, he says, absolutely, that's what I am here to do. I'm supposed to do. She plays devil's advocate, and it's like, well, maybe. Because you might have upset the whole world by doing what you think is right. So I'm a little worried that we're going to go God complex on Superman, but everything outside of that part, I was very excited for.
There's a lot of beats to actually Batman vs Superman in this.
Well, would you say though, like the God complex thing though, is kind of what drives Lex Luthor into hating Superman? So like that could be a good setup.
Here's what I'm thinking: President Luthor. So when she was interviewing him and like talking about like, did you talk to the United States or did you talk to the government before you did that? And he rolls his eyes. I think it's because he doesn't want to talk to the president because it's Lex Luthor. And there's actually a series on that. So I'm thinking that's the thing. I also think because there was a comic book where Batman and Superman were on the run and all the heroes were actually
Public Enemies.
What's that?
I think it's called Public Enemies.
Yeah. And
Great animated movie.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Luthor was the president and all the heroes, well the majority of them became government soldiers, and this is something that like could probably be taken from that. Shannon Aldette, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Inspector Gadget. No one's mentioned Inspector Gadget. It's a good one.
It's a good one.
Thundercats. Little known story about Thundercats is that he's actually a child that was aged up. So I hope you look at the show differently now. Rocco's Modern Life and The Last Dinosaur. Steve, did you watch The Last Dinosaur?
I mean, I'm familiar with it. I didn't watch it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, dude, yuppie guppy, dude, and then
You know when
Yuppie guppy.
Rocco's Modern Life?
Somebody draw a picture of Steve as Yuppie Guppy, the newest animated hit
that was
show.
John's show. That was his childhood.
All right, let's go
I'm
on.
embarrassed to get honest, man. This is an honest platform, John. Terms, bud.
All right, guys,
Not
let's move on
Superman.
from Superman. That's going to be the most successful movie of the year, and Steve's going to have to make a public apology on the podcast about it. Do you want to talk about that? Do you want to talk about the bet?
You could wear the Superman suit.
talk about
as
the
you
bet?
apologize.
We can.
All right, since there's people, we have a few people in the chat. Guys,
Appreciate you guys for chatting, by the way.
yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate you more than Steve.
I mean, no, he doesn't because I'm the one who shouted you guys down. I've been paying attention, but go on.
A lot of them were probably here because of me. But,
Typical Superman.
so what I'm going to say is me and Steve are making a bet, and we have to bet on whether or not Superman is going to be successful, right? But we need help with like gauging that success. So our question to you guys that are in the chat is, what do you think we should make the rules for the bet? Or the criteria?
And it's for Rotten Tomatoes, right?
Is it like, yeah, so like a Rotten Tomatoes score, you guys make the over-under.
I think Derek could be the ref here if it doesn't hold 86 or above. Come on, dude.
An 86?
Or above.
How about just 80 or above and 100 million at the box
Wait,
office?
you've been talking 80? Come on, man.
I feel like 80 is a very low bar.
If it doesn't do better,
Talking that the Snyderverse
I
people
almost
are going
wanna
to bomb the rating.
Derek, is this fair? If Thunderbolts has a higher score, I mean, come on. Is it going to be
What is the
Thunderbolts?
Thunderbolts score right now?
90, 92.
The Thunderbolts score is a dirty lie, is what it is. Because it's not a good movie.
Dude,
I watched
thank
it,
you,
and I was
Terry.
sad.
Thank you.
Paul Watson at least 75% over.
Is that, yeah, John, can you stoop that low? 75%?
All right, let's do this over. You guys in the chat, write down what you think the criteria should be, and we'll go on to the next topic, and we'll just come back. So, guys, Marvel just dropped the Ironheart trailer last Wednesday, and it's got tech attitude and some serious Tony Stark echoes. Let's get in what this means for the future of the MCU and whether Riri Williams is ready to take the mantle. Derek.
I really don't know anything about Ironheart outside of the trailer that I watched. It's cool, you know. Here's another super smart person that builds a super cool suit that is from something, I don't know, maybe impoverished or whatever, but is actually secretly a genius and like way cooler than everybody else. Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm watching a rerun, like something got regurgitated to spit out.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, there'll probably be some cool like robot stuff happening and like fights, which are always fun to watch. But as a whole, I really don't get it. But I've never read the comics or anything. Maybe I'm missing out.
Everyone in this universe, including Spider-Man, has a super suit. Every single person has a super suit. Everyone's Iron Man, right? There's nothing unique about this.
Right. Everyone's a secret genius that's actually quirky and cool and has their own cool little suit. Like,
Shout out to my boy Marty for saying this looks more like Transformers than it does Marvel film. Big Transformers vibes. Sorry, I'm just over like suits in Marvel for right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Falcon, we just watched that. He's got a suit, and everyone's getting vibranium. Every single person's getting vibranium.
Yeah, it's not the like rare like commodity.
Yeah, the more you make something that everyone has, the less like impressive it is. You know what I mean?
Or be more creative with the suit. Right? It's just it resembles too much of the Iron Man, and like maybe that's that's how it's supposed to be.
Well,
But
dude,
like,
what the fuck are you talking about? You just said you love this show.
I did not say that. I said
You said you're going to watch season 3 and it's not even out yet.
of what?
You're going to watch everything. You're going to watch this show for 3 seasons just off
What
of one
show?
trailer. Ironheart.
No, I said that I didn't hate the Ironheart trailer. And I knew I was probably going to catch that from you and whoever.
What did you like about it?
I don't know.
The colors?
Yeah. It was, I don't know. It was, I don't know. It looks like they, that trailer was made with their heart. A lot of heart in that trailer got put into that trailer.
A lot of heart.
Bringing it back.
I don't know. I kind of like, that she's like I mean, I don't know too much about it. I just like the trailer. When I saw her try to defuse the bomb, they gave her a problem, and she obviously is a genius.
It was like the acting.
Yeah, it was like, I'm interested. Now, do I
the
think
action?
Yeah, I like
The
action.
bright lights?
It depends.
The colors?
Because I know you don't like dark. I like dark. You're just a fucking yuppie guppy, like, dude, I want my superhero to have a little,
You want
little
everyone
edge
to be
it.
miserable like you.
Not miserable, but like, yeah, let's see some
You
action,
want
dude. Not
Steve
Mr.
that can fly
Peacemaker,
is
dude.
what you want.
Not some fucking peacemaker who flies around with an S on his chest and I'm here to give hope. Bring hope. Shut the fuck up, dude. Superman. Super fucking
First
man.
superhero. The
He's
first
a
superhero.
fucking bum.
Okay.
But yeah,
Terry,
I
Terry,
think,
do you have any thoughts?
I
Or
think it's gonna be good. I think it's
What do you think, Steve? Hey, Terry, before we talk, I'm sorry. Steve, what is the origin of Ironheart? What's the origin?
Ironheart.
Yeah.
So I know she plays like she's kind of like a
Riri
a
Williams.
kid genius, right?
Yeah.
And like she just happened to like be very smart. Probably went to like MAT or something like that, or MIT. I'm sorry, right? And then probably just couldn't
MIT, the
afford
sister
it,
school?
And she's got an edge to her, and like she probably was looking to be something like worked at like Radio Shack or something like that. And
Yeah.
probably got zapped when she was like
They've been
messing
out of
with
business
some,
for
like,
years.
or whatever, Circuit City, whichever one.
They're out of businesses.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
All right. And then she got a Transformer suit?
Yeah, she like probably was messing around with some type of electronics back in the warehouse or back in behind the front desk somewhere, and got zapped, and it kind of
But the
stimulated or opened up another
cerebral cortex.
and then she's just like
She's got
kid genius.
All right. Terry, what do you think?
Yeah.
So I got issues. I got issues with Ironheart, and my main issue is she's too new. She was invented. The character in the comic books was invented while the MCU existed. As in, Marvel developed this character to fill a hole that they thought we needed to fill. We have to do this. And then they rushed it into an MCU show. You can't exist for 5 years and then get an MCU show while you still have Reed Richards sitting on the sidelines. And things of that nature. So my number one problem with Ironheart is she hasn't matured enough as a comic book character to become something that warrants a TV show. The other issue is, here, I'll put it up, is this was planned for a 2023 release. There's no way this doesn't bomb because it was never supposed to come out this year. There's just no reason for this to exist. I actually think Iron Lad might have been a better choice. I think
Iron Lad.
a better choice.
Dude, these names are terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
I think it was like Marvel. Fantastic Four was on the sideline because like you can only do so many films a year, but you can do more television shows, and they were like elevating their B squad. We were talking about that last week. But yeah, we saw Iron Man. He was the first guy to kick off this universe. Like we've seen the progression of like the suits.
Here's a question: would you guys have been upset if it was a War Machine show?
No.
They were supposed to do Iron Wars, right?
They were.
The thing with War Machine is it's like, how would it be much different than Falcon, just being like a tool for the military? War Machine isn't going to create like new tech. He's not going to be like innovative. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just don't see it being as interesting. I think Rhodey is like a really good sidekick. You know, I don't think he's like a main guy. What do you think, Steve?
I mean, yeah. I mean, kind of me and Derek's been saying it for the last couple of weeks. I feel like they could have highlighted better, you know, B-list, you know, with better stories, better backstories, and like, especially for a TV series.
Yeah, there's a
And
lot of good
Ironheart,
options out there.
I mean,
You don't need to fabricate this based off of a marketing survey you did to see what kids are going to watch. Like, you have a massive catalog.
yeah.
Dude, I don't think if you're going to do a TV show, do X-Men. Make the X-Men your TV show.
See, what about West Coast Avengers?
Who do you have
Yeah.
left that could be in it?
Well, there's tons of people.
What,
There's-
Vision?
Well, West
Wonder
Coast
Man?
was always rejects. Like, it was always just like this group in like Michigan that was also Avengers, but not really. Like, it was always a dummy team. But I feel like you could have done The Office, but West Coast Avengers. I think
Yeah.
that's what's missing. They could have done a straight wall-to-wall comedy instead of an action show disguised as a comedy. They could have done a workplace comedy of like West Coast Avengers.
They kind of tried to do with She-Hulk, where it was like very Ally
little bit.
McBeal.
Yeah.
I just
I
Wasn't a
wanted
fan
to
of
like
that.
She-Hulk. I really wanted to, but I just don't.
yeah. I want to see her. I wonder if they're gonna like give her a nod when the Fantastic Four drops at some point.
I don't know. I mean, she's so involved with those storylines. That would be great. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to write her off. I feel like the actress didn't do like a bad job. Just the story as a whole is just
Yeah.
not good.
Yeah, Shannon, we saw you in there saying the trailer was trash, or it told the whole story. I hate that. I hate that trailers tell the entire movies. Reichert's throwing out some heavy hitters today, so just see him in the chat. Let's go on to the next topic. All right, so Last of Us happened last night, season 2, episode 6. I'm sorry. Derek, you want to give us a quick rundown and your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. We got some flashback stuff going on. It's definitely supposed to like get your heartstrings a little more. You know?
Yeah, it was a great way to like use an actor that was already killed off.
Yeah.
to do flash.
I think we're all stoked to see him back for a full episode,
Yeah,
which is awesome. Pedro's the man,
the storytelling in the show is incredible.
dude. It's so deep.
They explained everything leading up, everything they didn't show. You know, they showed
Yeah.
to where you're like, oh, I get why. Last time we saw you guys, you were great. Your relationship was great, and now it's like strained. And how did it get that way?
Right.
It just showed everything yesterday.
Yeah, we've been waiting for them to give us this, and they really delivered strong.
Yeah.
Like, you really got to see how they built the relationship over those couple years over there, and the end hits pretty hard.
Yeah. Joe Mozzie said, is Ironheart Tony Stark's adopted daughter? No, she's not, right?
No,
She went to the same thing in
Maybe
they both
Cross, like,
they
are
both
they-
go to MIT, but that's about it.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah,
Oh, dude, I would. Yeah.
you were spot on about
Circuit
that.
City. Circuit City.
Yeah, I don't think The Last of Us. Like, I thought this episode was like a little boring. I think it was just kind of. I'm tired of all the guitar stuff.
Yeah,
Too much music. There's a music video in every episode now. But yeah, I mean, it's still a good show. It's still a good show.
I like the music stuff. I agree. It's kind of like we don't need that anymore. Like, this was it. Don't do it again.
Yeah, like we had a beautiful scene in like the last episode.
Yeah,
Like, we don't need to do that again.
right. But I get their
I wanna see some
relationship is
filler.
based.
Give me
like,
some
that's how they bonded, though, was him teaching her guitar. So it's a pretty integral piece.
All right. Well, then I'm wrong. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You're still handsome.
Thanks. Hey, speaking of being handsome, Steve and I saw Final Destination. Stevie GR55 said, play the game. Stevie GR55, we're not going to do that. Steve and I saw Final Destination Bloodlines on Friday, and we've got a lot to say. This is your spoiler review to everyone. We're breaking it down. And Steve, let's just go right to you, man. What do you think about this movie?
I mean, I thought it was exactly how it was going to be. It's all the same. It's all the same. Dude, that ending really pissed me off.
Yeah.
I mean, that was bad.
Yeah.
It was just so predictable.
Yeah. Spoiler.
Yeah. The grandmom and her fortress.
Yeah.
What the fuck is she like? She's got stakes. She has a whole battle compound for what?
That place is like
A booby trap for herself.
an unalive zone.
It didn't make any sense.
I would
like,
not do. I would just put myself in like
Death is like what? Like the wind?
a
Like
padded
spirit?
cell with a TV.
Yeah.
Like I'd do something like
She's
that.
got stakes and like fucking all these different like booby traps. What the fuck are you
And then she's talking
doing?
about like, oh, well, I figured out death, right? So I see all the signs. Well, if you do that, then why are you staying away from your entire family? Why aren't you just living a normal life?
and literally like a trap.
Yeah.
Like that didn't make sense at all.
And let me tell you something else, dude. All the trolls on TikTok that like were commenting, all the little virgins that are in the basement of their house with their like unemployed, like mom down there eating Doritos and their mom's sitting there paying all the rent for their shit, and they're just like, I'm gonna get a... Listen, saying that this movie is good you're a mess. And let me tell you why. If I put the Final Destination lens on my eye sockets, right? If I sit there and say, all right, I'm watching this knowing what it is, right? It's still not good. It's bad. The CGI was atrocious, right? I personally talked about it in the post. Like, I think all horror is best suited with practical effects. I think, the CGI was horrific. You saw the digital effects of the blood. It was really bad. The story, they made no effort. The only thing that I actually liked about this movie was the MRI scene or the CAT scan.
That was kind of cool.
That's the only scene. This guy gets folded up.
Yeah, gets absolutely.
I liked how they brought in like a lot of the previous movies, and it was Tony Todd's final movie, and he looked really weak. He looked really weak in that movie. Rest in peace, Tony Todd.
I mean, I get because it was Final Bloodline, right? So I get the ending, but that was a shitty.
No, it was just called Final Destination Bloodline.
Oh, just Bloodline.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because of like the mom.
Yeah.
The grandmom had to stay alive, and then all the
Yeah,
kids
but then
had to
everyone
live.
died, so it's like, okay, well.
Well, yeah, because the bitch left the house. She shouldn't.
I mean, really, you could make an argument this is about a fucking penny. This all stemmed from a fucking penny from the fucking 1940s.
Yeah, that kid was a
Dude,
punk.
so bad. I wanted to punch that kid in his face, dude.
Yeah.
You ever just watch like some of those movies and they have that character you just want to like,
It's called a hate the face.
yeah.
Like there's
He
nothing
was
wrong with the person that or anything
Yeah.
that they're doing. You just hate their face.
Some people are just like that.
Yeah.
Like you never did anything to me, but I hate you.
But
Yeah.
yeah, that movie, man, was not.
Punchable.
It was bad. I remember
was
looking at
so
Steve and
bad.
being like, "Man, this is pretty bad." But yeah, like the TikTok nation, man, the trolls came out for this one. Like, who the fuck is supporting Final Destination this much? And it was the #1 movie this week. Which America, you failed us.
Yeah, but who else?
Just because it was #1 doesn't mean everyone loved it. It just means everyone went to pay to go see it, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I think everyone was excited to see a bunch of new kills and all this stuff.
And thank you for bringing it up. The kills weren't even original in this one. Like they were.
It was so far fetched.
Yeah.
It was like, come on. So far fetched. I mean, even the scene that we liked where he gets folded in the MRI scanner thing, like, come on, man.
Yeah, but the problem is that people did go see it. That means it's getting sequels. That means there's going to be more of this movie and less of movies that maybe are a little more intelligent or
Yeah.
difficult or something like that.
Some people are
It is a
exactly
problem
right.
what the public does.
I mean,
Like this is something that's going into a theater, right? So like I do want a little bit of quality in the movies that are actually going into a theater.
the
know what I
Final
mean?
Destination, I feel like they have like a community. People like swear by them.
I learned about it from the
Yeah.
TikTok virgins.
Like, dude,
They're all over the
yeah.
place.
so bad. So bad.
Yeah, a bunch of fat virgins living in their basement. Just like Steve, except fat.
Yeah, right, dude. You just described fucking Zach's lifestyle right now. Are you joking?
This week's Zack Attack.
Dude, this guy's in his parents' basement right now,
Yeah.
cooped up on probably a recliner with a fucking shitty stained wife beater, with all the pizza grease, hot pocket fucking spillings, just sitting there tapping away on his fucking laptop with his greasy fucking fingers, just sitting there probably licking them, and then typing, "Steve, you're weak." Yeah, all right, dude. All right, dude. Go back to Baltimore,
hot
bud.
pocket spillings.
Go back to Baltimore.
A chubby cult classic.
Yeah, dude, that's him, dude. CCC. Fucking Chubby Colt Classic. Starring Zach Hamilton. Fucking loser.
All right, guys. So, any last words about the Final Destination movie, man?
No. I mean, I will, like I said in the intro, I'll take Thunderbolts over that.
Yeah, I can't believe that. You would see Thunderbolts 100 times versus that.
Over that? Come on.
Reichert says Zach probably has a better flat brim collection than Steve.
Nah, dude, they don't make hats fat enough for his face or for his head.
Hashtag fat face. All right, so listen, next topic is looks like we might be heading back to the jungles. You guys like Rambo? All right, well, listen.
What's fan of Rambo?
Screen Rant reported that Rambo prequel is officially in the works, but there's no Sylvester Stallone attached in any capacity. It's going to be an origin story about like everything that he did while he was in Vietnam.
But Stallone's not in it.
No Stallone at all.
Is the guy portraying whoever the lead is, like a young?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
Well, yeah, of course.
All right, man, just asking.
Zach Hamilton said bully. Derek, what do you think about Rambo?
I love Rambo, dude.
Yeah.
First Blood Part 2. Oh,
Yeah.
so good. Even like the older ones, well, I say older ones where he's older. All right, like the one where he's like living in Texas or Mexico or some shit. Like
That movie was like fucked up.
dude, wow. We talk about practical effects and some action stuff.
Most recent one, right?
Ripping the dude's trachea
He
right
ripped the
out.
guy's heart out too in the movie.
He's brutal. So I'm ready for more Rambo.
And the one before that was like a grindhouse movie where he had the Gatling gun.
Yeah.
He was just laying into people.
Yeah, dude. It's one he's just carrying around a machine gun. Like the one that's meant to be mounted like with a turret. He's just walking around just mowing down a forest with it,
Yeah.
killing everything that moves. Like I bet he killed hundreds of like animals in that natural habitat, just spraying it down.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
He's more badass than Superman, dude.
No, he's not.
I would take Rambo over Superman.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think wins Rambo or Punisher?
Ooh, that's a good one for chat.
Especially if Rambo doesn't draw first blood.
Are you in the streets or are you in the jungle?
Does it matter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Frank Castle is a Vietnam.
Yeah.
They're the same guy.
Yeah, dude.
I'm saying jungle.
I'm going Punisher.
Yeah, I mean you're probably right, but
Hell yeah.
I would still watch the hell out of that.
That is a good one.
You know what? That's a good question. Do you think there was a Punisher Rambo crossover comic?
That would be cool. It was a 50 cal. Yeah. So imagine just not even flinching, just firing off a 50 cal casually.
Who you taking, John?
I mean, if it's Rambo from Rambo 2, I'm taking Rambo from Rambo 2.
I mean, if Rambo is one-armed firing off a 50 cal, that's pretty strong. Is Frank Castle going to be able to handle that guy?
Rambo 2 was in my childhood. It like defined my childhood.
You look
First
at him
Blood
and you're
Part
like, this
2.
is what I want to look like.
Dude, how about the one scene where he like threw all the mud on himself and leaned next to a tree?
Yeah.
And then when the guy was walking past, he just turns his eyes
Yeah.
and grabs him.
Dude, my cousins and I were hillbilly mountain children, and we would watch this shit, and we'd go play manhunt with all like the other kids like around, and we would get into it, man. We'd be camoed out, like
Yeah.
have the headbands on,
Dude,
blood
Pat-
on our faces. It was the shit.
Yo, Paul Watson in the chat. I know you're a veteran. Does the military actually have bow and arrows that where the arrows are explosive? Or is that approved by the military? Who said what?
What's this about a Superman
Yeah, what's the?
speedo?
Brandon Newman says Steve Brown told me at work he walks around his house with a Superman cape and a speedo. Paul Watson, it was a 50 cal. Record said, I'm going to make an origin story of ending myself if Sly isn't in it. All right. Paul Watson, Sly will figure out a way to be in this damn movie. And there's Zach. That's the boy. Well, that's
You know
absolutely
Zach's getting
not.
off that comment from Newman too. Now, Newman wishes I dressed like that and did that. And now you put that image in Zach's head.
Yeah.
So Zach's probably sitting there photoshopping.
We do not carry arrows.
Steve is Superman with this.
I wonder if there would be like explosive arrows. Terry, you like Rambo?
I am a fan of Rambo. I remember one night texting someone every minute of the last Rambo and just with disbelief of what that movie was, because it was white guy goes to Mexico and kills all the Mexicans. And it was aggressive. He had to go down there to save some girl from like a heroin den or something, and he killed everybody. And I was just texting someone all night long about, you're not gonna believe what John Rambo just did. John Rambo just did this.
Yeah.
John Rambo, like, it's crazy. Do I prefer the older Rambos? Like the
Except Rambo 3 was a miss.
Rambo 4, however, was good. The one that was just called Rambo, or just called John Rambo.
Yeah.
And he was old, and he had the bow and arrow.
Absolutely.
And he went with, what was it, Christian missionaries?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember the one line the guy says is like, you don't need guns down here. And he's like, if you don't have guns, you're not going to do shit, or something like that. It's an awesome movie. Rambo's a great character.
Yeah.
And they drew First Blood, man.
That's right.
Steve, any last words on Rambo?
No, I'm a fan of Rambo. I think the last one was good. It was, I think he's getting older, so I like how they're going kind of back, because like at this point, Rambo's 70 years old, trying to
You
wipe
put
out.
Rambo in like the Vietnam War. That's gonna be fucking awesome.
Yeah, let's see some cool
Well,
kills.
yeah.
Let's see some.
I want to go old school.
Yeah, let's see what a young Rambo's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see like what that dude was talking about. Marty said, "I'm taking Commando over Rambo."
Oh.
Dude, no fucking way. Commando versus
Dutch?
Rambo? Dude, Dutch was a punk bitch compared to
Whoa,
Rambo.
whoa.
An absolute punk bitch. He got by on his strength. He ripped the seat out. That dude is way too big. It's a way too large target for Rambo to just rip him apart in the jungle. No way. Steve, Commando versus Rambo.
Don't hate me. Who's Commando?
Shut up.
Oh,
I thought Terry was
the
going to pull it
Milano's
up. I thought
first
Terry was going
film.
to pull it up. While you guys were still talking
Derek, Commando
about
versus
it.
Rambo.
man, how dare you ask me that question? That's tough, dude. I feel like I have to say Rambo, just because he's got the skill set. Like, nothing against Dutch, he's a badass, but
Yeah.
I feel like Dutch is doing some more like you said, strength-based stuff and just being like an alpha male and kind of like
Yeah.
just dogging through it.
Oh, that
Yeah.
dude. yeah.
Rambo's gonna sneak up behind him and end it. He's not gonna go toe to toe with him.
Rambo's going in to get that guy's daughter for him. And
Dude,
he doesn't
Rambo
have to
is
use like
eating
a,
him
a-
for breakfast.
Who is?
Rambo.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like, if they like we're in like a ring toe to toe, probably Dutch, but we're talking like the jungle and everything. Rambo's gonna come up like out of nowhere, like a ghost.
Dude, Rambo has his own like getting prepared video, like sequence. It's way better than John Matrix.
Do you think Sly is a better
Oh, yeah.
action?
He doesn't even have a
actor
montage, so he's
than
screwed.
Arnold?
Someone wrote Jesus Christ, Steve. Oh, I guess it was because you didn't see the movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Look at that rocket.
I'm not an Arnold guy.
Who has better action movies? Zach Hamilton. Wait, we win all that, Terry. We
Better
down to like Zach. Who has better action movies, Arnold or Sly? Paul, we'll come back to that. But Rambo versus Predator from Watson,
Ooh,
dude,
that's a good one.
it's got to be. If Arnold could take him out, Rambo can take him
I
out.
think Rambo could do it too.
Yeah, I would definitely take Rambo.
That's give us what we want. Rambo versus Predator. Who do we got to email?
That's a great idea.
Terry. We're making a movie.
You got it.
Quick, we all got to get super shredded.
Why is that always phase one of any plan you have ever brought to the table, Derek?
And
Every time.
Step one.
We can't do anything until we get ripped.
We're gonna get super shredded. We're gonna start cutting right now.
We can just start and get ripped.
I see your
along the
soda
way.
from here. Throw it away.
dude, who has the better action movies? You gotta say Sly.
Disagree.
Really?
Arnold.
Oh, I'm sorry. Arnold. You're right. Steve, what do you say?
I'm going Sly.
Dude, stop. Why?
Mr. Milk Toast.
I don't know. Arnold just doesn't do it for me. Like, yeah, he's super jacked and like whatever, but I don't know if it's the acting. Terminator wasn't a fan. Yeah, I know.
Whoa.
I know. All right.
James Cameron, the only director to make a horror movie and then an action
like-
movie, including Alien.
Oh, Sly is. I think between those two, it's not even close.
What else does he have besides?
I think he's a
Rambo?
better actor. I think it's more believable. I think Arnold's too like whatever movie he's in, he's too like robotic almost. Like it's not.
But that's like you don't need to be an Academy. I'll agree with you that Sylvester Stallone is a better actor, but you don't need to be an amazing actor to be an actor.
Sly probably does his own stunts, and Arnold's got a double.
Paul Watson
He
says
saw-
Last Action Hero puts Arnold over the top. True Lies, man.
True Lies is so good.
Yeah. True Lies was great. I don't know. Last Action Hero, I watched it a ton. Yeah, dude, Sylvester Stallone was in that horrible, horrible Judge Dredd.
I like Judge Dredd. I know it's not really any good, but I love it.
I like the last one.
Dude, the new Judge Dredd was awesome.
Going up the house,
Yeah.
going in the apartment.
Dredd was awesome.
Yeah, Dredd
I mean,
in the
are you
comics
counting the
is
Rockies?
Awesome. Have you guys read the Dredd comics?
Are you taking the Rockies out of it?
No, the only action movie is you can make a debate that it's 4 and 5.
Even that.
Twins? Hell yeah. I
Arnold
referenced
has
this movie
range.
earlier this week.
I don't know.
No. No.
Sly did Don't Throw Mama from the Train. And he did Tango and Cash.
He's way more
Did you watch
badass.
Tango and Cash? A young,
Kindergarten Cop.
I think Terry Hatcher was in that Kindergarten Cop. You hit the kid, I hit you.
Yeah.
It's so good.
So
Who is your daddy and what does he do? The cop
Boys
who
have a
is-
penis, girls have a vagina. Thanks for the tip.
Yeah.
Arnold definitely has
That
more
whole
range.
movie's
No,
a
he
quote.
doesn't.
I can't believe you're taking Arnold. I thought you were gonna go Sly with me.
Sly's a better actor. I don't think he has as many good action movies, man. There was a long time that he was just putting stuff out that was just trash. The Expendables, actually, like if you want to put that on there. Driven is a great movie. But I wouldn't say that. And I wouldn't say Rocky is like an action movie.
Copland's good.
Yeah.
Over the
Cobra. Oh, my God, dude. Wait, I might have to rethink this. Marrying Cobretti?
I'm struggling with this, guys. I think it might be Sly.
Does Over the Top count?
Over the Top absolutely counts. Did you watch Over the Top, Steve? Dude,
Negative.
yourself a favor. Watch Over the Top.
My
this week.
dad was obsessed with that movie.
Yeah,
My
that
dad-
kid.
He was like, my dad was like typical 90s jacked, big motherfucker.
Yeah.
And he would always, like, we'd go out and be like, all right, anything for sports, or like he'd be in his car, want to race somebody, he'd just do this.
Yeah.
And be like, all right, it's on. All right,
Yeah.
I know it's on because we turned the hat backwards.
That's
Just
the
because
range
of that
right
movie.
there.
I still pick Arnold, but I do love Sly movies.
I don't know, man. Now Over the Top, too. And that kid in that movie, he's a hate the face. That kid was such a punk.
Oh, Mr.
So
Bad.
fucking soft.
And this morning we've got a troubling
Tango and
report
Cash is
of
great.
bed bug
He said
outbreaks
definitely
across the
Rambo.
US.
Look at that. This is Over the Top, too.
We're doing another one?
What?
This is fan made.
No, this isn't real.
He walked away a champion, but some battles never truly
He looks like,
stand.
hey,
A new
get
generation
out of here. But look at that face. Look at that guy.
I mean, the best part of that was the hat.
Mr. Milquetoast,
It's all
Over the
that.
Top definitely is underrated. And yeah, Paul, like that kid's a hate the face. Go back and watch that movie. Tell me you don't hate that kid's face. You want to punch him right in his jugular. Absolutely hated him.
That's the same face I make when I'm trying to get food out of my dog's mouth when he's eating something he's not supposed to be.
Yeah, dude, this movie was great. I was like
It's also-
scared of that
that's
dude.
Some of the best box art
Yeah.
I've ever
Can
seen.
we bring back this type of box art for things?
Yeah. Yeah, that movie was great.
Where's the
How do we
kid?
make that our next banner for the Muscle Geeks? We need like this style with the three of us, like over the top style.
I'm 100% on board with that. 100%. All right, let's go to the next.
I'm getting a little fired up right now.
Let's go to.
I'm ready to go to the gym or something.
I love that. Steve's probably fully torqued over that hat scene. Steve, you fully torqued?
Dude, Riker. I don't know who you are, but I'll find out.
But are you fully torqued?
No.
All right.
Can we invite Riker to the studio, please?
Yeah.
Clearly a fifth chair.
All right, guys. So this is actually Steve's topic right now. Steve sent out the old teaser trailer for Spider-Man Noir. Just dropped. It's as shadowy and stylish as you hoped. That's ChatGPT screwed up. My bad. And I can't read. Nicolas Cage steps into the fedora as an aging, haunted Spider-Man in 1930s New York, blending superhero grit with classic noir vibes. With its moody black and white aesthetic and a trench coat-clad Cage, this series is shaping up to be a bold new chapter in the Spider-Man universe, Spider Universe. Steve, what did you think, man? This was your pick. Good catch. What do you think?
I think it's interesting. Not a big.
Record said everybody stand up. Go ahead, Steve. What did you think? I'm sorry.
I thought it was interesting. You know, I think the black and white is kind of cool, I guess, but it kind of gives me like that Sin City vibes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what Paluzzi was saying today.
Yeah. Not a huge like Nicolas Cage
Yeah.
fan per se, so I'm interested to see how he does with that character and like. You know, I never really pictured him as like a superhero. Or,
Dude, he's a big superhero fan.
So yeah, so like I'm interested in it. Like I said,
He was also in Ghost Rider 1 and 2, and he was in that Superman movie that never came out.
Ghost Rider, come on, man.
It's superhero.
Yeah, but I mean,
Johnny Blaze.
what was worse, dude? Ghost
know who was in the first
or
Ghost
Green
Rider?
Lantern?
The #1 Latina on Earth, Eva Mendes.
No one said that 2 weeks ago, John. But,
Prime
okay.
Eva Mendes.
Still living in the past. All right, cool.
Derek, what do you think?
I'm excited for it. I'm a little tired of Nick Cage just because he's so oversaturated, but also I do like Nick Cage at the same time. But
Yeah, we're at the tail end of a Cage-assance.
yeah, I just feel like, all right, Nick Cage, you've done your work, buddy.
Dude, what was that horror movie he was just in?
Oh,
What, that Long Legs?
Long Legs. Yeah.
that was
Great.
awesome. So yeah, on the other hand, he is doing a lot of good work though.
Yeah.
So let's check it out. I'm excited. What do you think, man?
I like it. It's very different from anything else that we've seen live action, especially. I like those Spider-Verse movies, the Into the Spider-Verse and stuff. I think they just actually dropped set photos, excuse me, it's animated, so. But they released some like actual footage from the newest Into the Spider-Verse series. Anyway, I like this. I'm interested how he's going to be used because obviously, like, he's not going to be jumping around and stuff. I'm interested to see if this is kind of like a Batman,
Like a detective vibe, right? Something.
yeah, like if he's like voicing, like he's like the narrator of the show, where you're just like hearing what he's thinking. Terry, what do you think on this?
I'm a fan. I think when he showed up in
Good take, Mr. Milquetoast.
in Spider-Verse, I really liked what he was doing. I liked that he was kind of campy, but also kind of serious.
Yeah.
And Spider-Man Noir is a good character in the comics. He has like gas-powered webbing. It's a character who shouldn't work, and Nicolas Cage is an actor that shouldn't work, and yet they both do.
Because
So I
Francis Ford Coppola lit him.
Yeah, but Leaving Las Vegas is what launched Nick Cage. I mean, that is one of the best performances I've ever seen. And he won the Oscar for it. Well deserved. But then it goes to, his great performance in, what is it, Devil's Advocate? Where he does the alphabet. You know what I'm talking about? A, B, C, D, E, like that's when he crossed over to something else.
Yeah.
But when he puts his mind to it, I think he does really good work and really interesting work.
Dude.
But I think Spider-Man Noir as a character, also coming out on Amazon Prime, and I'm a huge Invincible fan.
Yeah.
So I think Amazon knows what they're doing with their superheroes. If you go with The Boys and you go with Invincible,
Yeah.
and now you go to this, they got a proven track record. I think they're going to be good.
You guys have any favorite Nicolas Cage movies?
Con Air,
Dude, I was just going to say
all
that.
day. I watched that movie all the time when I was growing
Just
up.
going to say that.
That and Face Off.
Yeah,
Face Off, yeah.
You know,
they're talking about a sequel.
they take each
Yeah.
other's faces off.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
that technology was huge back then. Kind of getting a corny one, but Family Man, the Christmas one.
I didn't see that one.
He's actually acting pretty decent there. And then what
Right
was
up your alley, Mr. Sunshine.
There we go.
Family Man. Oh, yeah.
Last one, Lord of
Got
War.
heart. It's
Great
got
movie.
heart.
Lord of War was really, really
Love
good.
Lord of War, dude.
Yeah.
Family Man. Jesus Christ.
Did you watch Lord of War?
Next.
The Rock. Yeah, Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Come on.
That was a great movie.
Yeah.
Steve, did you like that, or is that one?
The best Bond.
The Rock. Yeah, dude. Family Man. What, dude?
Have you seen it?
No.
All right. So then, what are you hating it for? What are you hating it for?
Like it, dude.
All right.
Christmas. It was a Christmas tale. Shut up, dude.
Mr. Milquetoast. It's hard to beat Raising Arizona.
All right.
The original.
Who wrote Lord of War 10 out of 10? Where's that? Paul Watson? Yeah.
Yeah, that
Absolutely.
great.
All right. So listen, let's move on to the Nobody trailer. So this was a Terry pick. The Nobody 2 trailer just dropped. Did you guys see the first one? What do you think of the trailer? Terry, let's just have at it, brother.
Well, so this movie kind of came out of nowhere, and it's one of those flicks that you can watch it any time of day. It's very much like a 90s action movie or an 80s action movie where it would come on the USA Network and you would just pause what you're doing and watch it. The great thing about this, and John and I were talking about this before you guys showed up, he's a regular guy.
Yeah.
So the whole thing it's built on of being a nobody is legitimate. He gets hurt, he gets broken, he's not jacked, he's old, he gets injured, he overcomes, but it's very similar to the concept of like Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
It's like, what if you actually went and tried to fight a bunch of people night after night? You'd get your ass kicked. And you might win, but you'd get your ass kicked. And this came right after Breaking Bad, and Better Call Saul was big, and it was just a great choice for Bob Odenkirk, who famously was a comedian before any of this. And now he's turned into like this super tough guy, but he's believable. I believe he can kick someone's ass, and I believe he can get his ass kicked. I love this movie. I thought it was fantastic. I watch it anytime I can.
Terry, I agree with you. I like the fact that like even like the bus scene. So like Steve actually went back and watched it, and I watched it over the weekend as well because I've never seen it. Like the bus scene, it's like basically back and forth. It's not just him like owning all the bad guys. I really liked that part of the movie for sure. Derek, what do you think?
I think Nobody's awesome. You said you kind of like don't expect this movie. Like,
Yeah.
I remember when it came out. I think Terry and I were together when we saw like the trailer, maybe, because we were like, "Wait, what is this? What's Odenkirk up to?" And when it came out, I didn't know what to expect, and it blew me away. It's so fun. I like what you said. It's like more like realistic in the sense that he gets his ass beat. He's an old retired guy. As the new one looks like it's going to be a lot more creative, a lot more kills,
Yeah.
and definitely like a little campy.
And it started off slow. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It didn't. It had a lot of build up, so you could see like the guy was frustrated. He was tired of the monotony. Like the animal was still calling. You know what I mean? This guy wanted to let loose, and he just couldn't. See, it was a good movie, but that bus part, like you can argue he didn't win that fight. He kind of like walked away.
He got away.
Yeah, and then like even Terry was saying when we were talking earlier, like Doc is in this one.
Yeah, man.
From Back to the Future. It's his father. I wonder if Marty's still in the chat. Marty, you should watch this. It's on Peacock, the first one. It's kind of like a little bit of a old school vibe action movie. But this is just like a regular dude. He's a badass, but like he's not just owning everyone. He's not like Steven Seagaling everyone.
Well, he's not just a regular dude, right? Like he was an issue, right?
Yeah.
Like obviously he was a somebody,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
and then he's trying to live this ordinary life, right?
Yeah,
and he
yeah.
does, a pretty good job at disguising himself, coming off as some, Joe Schmo doing the 9 to 5, going up
hates
to the
it.
family, and you can tell it's wearing.
Tried to walk away.
Yeah.
like he's
Sure, but physically, he's not intimidating. He does
No.
not look like. He doesn't look like like if Arnold was in this movie. I don't think it would work because it'd be like, no. You could tell that he used to be huge, giant. It works so much better that he's.
Dude, he was training like a. He trained like
he's
a.
just an Irish dad.
He's
He
nobody.
trained like a bitch in this. I saw him. He was just jogging.
Yep.
The fuck jogs? You know what I mean?
he did like it looks like he did lose a lot of weight.
Well, great.
So
Then he's
my-
even weaker.
So not an issue. I mean, I agree with you guys. I think Terry, this is a great. I'm glad you had me watch this. I struggled in the beginning. Like I struggle with like when people play iconic roles. I struggle with so seeing him. It's like yo,
See him as
yeah,
Right, you
right. So
can't
it's like
separate
hard
the
to
art and the
separate.
artist.
So I really
Yeah.
tried to separate, and it was good. Like I was able to do that. But yeah, I mean, I agree. Like he's like a sleeper. Right, like look at him. He just looks like some Joe Schmo. These guys think that
Yeah, they don't even pay him mind.
yeah, some old dude, just whatever, and then he just shuts the bus door and
And he I don't know, man. There's a lot of the part where he's losing the fight. He got thrown out of the bus.
Now, do you
I like
think
this
though
movie.
too with this sequel coming out? Do you think this is going to be one of those movies where it's like the sequel ruins it?
This is my first exposure to this show. I think the sequel could definitely be oh well, he's going on vacation and now he's doing something there. I'll tell you what, it's still a movie that I'm going and not expecting Shakespeare like Final Destination. But this is something that the guy can act.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? The story doesn't really matter with this. You're just this guy's putting on a show
yeah,
and I'm just down to watch it. Derek?
Yeah, I agree. You're here for action and to see Odenkirk kick some ass and in turn get his ass beat. And it's a lot of fun. The choreograph work here is great.
He definitely was
And his
jogging.
demeanor is just so cool.
Yeah.
He just kind of accepts it. He's like, all right, this is going to be my night, and just rocks with it and just tears them apart.
Steve, did you hate Blade?
no, I don't know why I keep saying that. I didn't hate Blade, I just didn't.
I think we should have Stevie GR on the show.
I don't know if he's ready for the world to see his mitt though. He hasn't fixed it.
Stevie GR, would you come on the show? 1 and 2, would you let us talk about your mitt?
Dude, I don't know. He's kind of like a hermit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it'd be great though if he did get here. If he left the gutter he currently lives in, came out, got some fresh air, but
All right. So listen, we only have 2 more topics left. So here's what we're gonna do before we do it. I'm just gonna ask you guys that are watching right now, if you're watching us from YouTube or if you're watching us from Twitch, just any way that there is a possibility of liking this, please like it. Please, if you're watching this after the stream, comment below anything that we said because we would love to engage with you guys and get your opinions on everything. We're really starting to build out this community, and a lot of it is because of you guys, so thank you. Mr. Milktoast said the best setup for these types of stories is a protagonist who just happens to be part of what is ostensibly somebody else's story. Mr. Milktoast is smarter than me,
SAT.
fella. I'll tell you that much.
Sounds like a chat GPT.
Somebody else's story. Yeah. That's a very good point. So what we're going to do next week, Steve, you're going to watch, you're going away this weekend, right?
yeah.
All right. Derek, you going to Mission Impossible? You going to watch it?
No.
All right.
I've never seen a single Mission Impossible movie. Sorry,
Margaret said,
everybody.
can't wait to report this for hate speech. Thank you. Yeah, I'll watch Mission Impossible. I'll do a thing about it. Backbone of the group.
Yeah.
Way to go, buddy.
Thanks. So we'll
You
do
watch
that.
all of them? You a fan?
I watched most of them. The first one was.
You a Tom Cruise guy? Big Tom Cruise guy. Yeah, you are.
Do you watch those movies? That guy was hanging from the side of a
Jesus.
plane two of them ago. Then he went up to space one time and came down.
So how you feel, Derek, about Nicolas Cage? I feel that about
Oh,
Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Would you say Tom Cruise is an action star?
Yeah. I mean, Mission Impossible alone puts him there.
Yeah, seriously. It's got 10 of them out. What they did.
Top Gun,
I did like him in Top Gun.
Days of Thunder, that counts, right?
That's probably the only movie like that.
That's your second Days of Thunder reference in 2 weeks.
I grew up white trash.
I respect.
What else? He has another one too. I'm not thinking of.
Mr.
War of the
Milto
Worlds.
said the Mission, and that's a bad movie. Mission Impossible TV show from the 1960s, 70s is the best. I don't know. That
Tom
Cruise
is
series,
great.
man, like the Knock List.
Oh yeah, Reacher.
From the first one?
Reacher, dude.
Tom also did the Reacher movies. He did. What
Didn't
did they
mind
say?
those.
What was up above this for the muscle? Stevie GR. No and no. Nah, one day I will. I'm more geek than muscle. That's fair, man. Not everyone on here needs to be jacked. We'll just talk some movies. Is Joey Nova in the chat?
He's probably
Joey Nova said, "Love the episode." Wild comments in the chat. Joey Nova, Steve, what do you think about Joey's support of this podcast? The venture that two of his close buddies are working towards.
I think he's a false friend.
Yeah.
I think he's selfish.
Extremely.
You know, I think
his baby's stupid.
I mean, I don't think the baby's stupid, but it's definitely selfish. It's definitely just like his father.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we've known Joey for how long?
Yeah.
He's known this kid for what, just over a year, and it's like, oh, I'm packing up everything and going out to Bumblefuck, Cuckville, and
what grade do you think that this kid starts getting bullied?
As soon as he touches daycare, dude.
You think he's gonna get bullied in daycare?
As soon as he's,
I think he gets
if
bullied
he's
by
anything
like
like
a
his
chick.
dad. Dude, if he's anything like his dad,
Yeah.
and I don't even want to use the D word,
Yeah.
you know, when it's referring to Nova,
Yeah.
but yeah, dude, he's a false friend for sure.
Joey Nova is the only guy that I know that had a car that was expensive, and then he was going to sell it to downsize to like save money, bought another car before selling the first car,
Wait.
and then he ended up keeping both cars, and he's the financial planner.
I think he ended up getting rid of it 6 months to a year later.
Yeah.
Before actually getting rid of it.
Once he got married, he moved to East Bumblefuck too. Hasn't invited us over. We're not mad about it.
Dude, could you imagine, like, poor Lex, right? Probably sitting at home with the baby all day, and Joey comes in. Could you just imagine? Like,
Imagine being married to that.
Yeah, he just comes in and, like, oh my God, dude. The shit that he probably says, she's probably like, what the fuck did I do? You know? Dude, it's, yeah. I mean, it was tough being his friend towards the end, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
The record said this guy sounds like a cuck. All right. You know? If you say so.
I mean, what's that saying? If it looks like a duck, walks like a duck.
It's a cuck?
It's a cuck, dude. It's a cuck.
All right. So, anyway, we'll wrap this up. What do you guys want to do for top five next week? I was going to propose, since it's Memorial Day, you know, we love the troops, do a top 5 military films.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
So
that's a great choice.
It doesn't have to be. So to give you like an example, right? Like if we did Forrest Gump, right? It doesn't have to be like this guy was an actual warrior or soldier, but it's just referencing a war that happened. Okay.
Does it have to be a real war?
Yeah. Let's
No
say it's a
Captain
real war,
America.
so that we can like show some love to the veterans and stuff like that. We love the veterans. What do you
Okay.
think, Steve?
Yeah.
You down with that?
Yeah. I think that
Terry,
would
you
be.
down with that?
Oh hell yeah!
Terry?
I'm down.
All right, we'll do that. Guys, listen, follow us on all the social media platforms. Appreciate you guys watching us. Military comedies as well. If they're related to an actual war that happened. The Bill Murray movie, though. What is that, Stripes?
So what, you want it
Stripes.
nonfiction, like a nonfiction joint?
If it was the Vietnam War that they're talking about, right?
Right, like you could do Saving Private Ryan or
Yeah.
Big Red One or
But like Tom Hanks wasn't actually in World War II, storming Normandy.
No, he was.
If he was in it, then
He was.
everyone would have liked him. He would have solved it peacefully. But you got what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right.
I got you.
Guys, thank you for following. Thank you for watching. Thank you for doing everything. Make sure you like this. Subscribe if you haven't. Steve, what's your social media?
sbrown2124 at
I'm sorry.
No, I was about to give my email. My bad. Yeah, sbrown2124 on Instagram.
Steve, what's your email?
Yeah.
What's your email?
Same thing, sbrown2124@gmail.com.
Derek, what's your social?
At Symbolic51.
Terry?
Yo, 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 yo! I'm here at Young Junk. Go to youngjunk.com or thevideocontentfactory.com.
All right, guys, and make sure you're following the Muscle Geeks on all the social media platforms. Thanks again for following us, and come hang out next weekend, 8 o'clock, Memorial Day episode. And if there's any veterans in here that want to be a part of it, let us know. Love to have you. Talk to you guys later.
Adios.